So you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
17 years old, facing a year in jail for protecting his brothers from a knife attack. The law says he's too young to carry, but the judge? He's got memos from the Fifth Circuit saying this law is unconstitutional. This kid might just walk. Should a minor lose their right to self-defense because of a birthday?
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer responded to a suspicious person with a weapon on 5900 Gulf Freeway. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was 17 years old. The defendant advised he was inside Jack in a Box while brothers were selling waters outside. The defendant saw a male rushing at his brothers with a knife, pulled out his gun, and pointed it at the male while telling his brothers to run. The officer performed a search on the defendant, locating a 9mm Glock 19, and the defendant advised he bought the gun from a friend for $150.
I mean,
Yes, Judge. In this case, the officer was going off the fact that he performed the search because he indicated there was a firearm. So
he's going to the defense of others.
Yes, Judge.
It's another person.
And it's just the way this is pled is because he's underage. He's below the age of 21. That's the way it's pled, Your Honor.
You hear this?
Hold on, I'm gonna go yell at somebody. Hold on. Don't know what's going on. Hi, Judge. Is this young man charged with unlawful carrying of possession for being under 21?
Correct.
Hold on, I've got a kit. Here's the DPS
But I'm
memo.
more concerned about the defense of others. Did you hear it? I mean,
No, hold on.
hold on a second.
Here's DPS.
Let me give you a lawyer, Mr.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you catch that? The judge literally brought federal court rulings to court. He knew exactly what he was going to do. No probable cause. That's judge speak for this case is nonsense, and I'm dismissing it. This is what happens when a judge actually reads the law.
I volunteer representation. Yeah.
Give me a record, can you fill that out, please?
I will do that. But here's a DPS memo saying that it's
Hold on a second.
unconstitutional.
You know, representative gentleman?
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit saying that it's unconstitutional. Here is the United States District Court, Northern District, saying it's unconstitutional. Here's a motion to quash information. I'll just cross out the name.
Great job.
Yeah, I had to get in this fight yesterday, and I'm teed up.
Here you go, Mr. Tito.
Thank you.
Judge,
I was
is there
gonna,
PC?
yeah, look, you gotta be very careful. You know, God forbid something happens where you really dig yourself a hole. I'm gonna find no probable cause, but really, you have to be very careful. You know, sometimes you make a decision in life and it can really have consequences, all right? You know what that means, right? Are you in school? It all starts with school, man. You got to get back into school. This is not a good way to go through life at 7. The more schooling you have, the more money you're going to make. Knowledge is power, my friend. Do it. Make something. Make me proud. Please. It's going to get dismissed. Be careful, friend.
Yeah. Literally have all that on because I have a case in another court.
I was going to find no PC anyways. So.
I have Mr. Jose Borrego here. He has an assault family member.
Is this Mr. Borrego?
Yes, correct. And we're asking the court to change or lift the protective order. This is an alleged incident that happened in August of last year. Since then, he and the complaining witness have been co-parenting. She is here right now. It has been very difficult to co-parent because of this protective order in place that they're trying to abide by. He's having to get hotel rooms so that he can have a place to stay. It's difficult with work. Also, she needs help with the child, and this protective order just has been difficult.
If there's a protective order and they're not supposed to be together and they're here together, That's not a good.
They did not come together.
So I don't know anything about your cases. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. All I know is that you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We will do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The complainant and the defendant are dating, and on August 23rd, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a family assault, and the complainant stated a verbal altercation began while she was in the car. The complainant exited the vehicle with her child, ran towards the home, and the defendant ran after her. The defendant took the baby and put the baby in the car. The defendant then grabbed the complainant's phone.
Domestic violence cases are tricky. The victim doesn't want to press charges. She wants him in her child's life. But here's the problem. This guy has prior assaults and another alleged incident from October. The judge said, I'm not allowing contact. Protection, wishes, every time.
And smashed it to the ground. The complainant stated they got back in the car, and the defendant stated he was trying to drive into a box truck to kill them. The complainant grabbed the wheel to stop the defendant, and he bit her left forearm. The defendant began punching her in the face with a closed fist approximately 2 to 3 times. The defendant then stopped at the gas station, dropped the complainant and the child off, and left. The officer observed the complainant had visible injuries to her left forearm consistent with a bite mark, scratches to her face, and bruising on the left portion of her upper right arm.
Guys, I guess, do you want to go do the rip?
Your Honor, we could reach out to our DVD prosecutor.
CW's here.
Yes, Judge, it's also.
That was-
Yes, Judge. So we would need to reach out to the DVD prosecutor to allow him to perform the rip.
Okay, let's do this. The first thing, I want to know what she says, you know,
Okay,
on her wishes.
of course,
I don't
Judge.
know what her feelings are.
I spoke with her, Judge, and she is in the position she does not want to go forward with the charges. She wants Mr. Borrego to be in her child's life. Because of this protective order, it's been extremely difficult to co-parent. I spoke with her. I will let the prosecutor speak with her alone.
Is that his biological child?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Mr. Borrego, take a seat for me in the jury box while we get everything done. And then let me wait for the DVD to get here and then we'll get the rip done and then we'll talk.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You got the rip?
Yes.
Thanks.
So, I understand that there's some issues in terms of child custody and all that. So what I'm willing to do is agree to no threatening or harassing, but keep the residency restriction because they don't live together. And I don't see a reason to allow him to be back at that residence.
He's currently going to hotels and motels so that he can abide by this protective order. It's been a financial strain on him. He's working, hours have been a little short, so it's just becoming increasingly difficult for him to continue to stay out of the residence, away from his child. So I'm asking that the resident.
My concern is the protection of the
Understood.
complaining witness,
Judge, and I will say, I understand that, but given his prior assaultive history, the fact that there's an OR that, allegedly involves another assault after this date, I can't agree to a
I
residency
don't, what are
restriction.
you talking about?
He has 2 TDC trips for ag assaults.
Okay. You're saying there's an assault after this assault?
So I have a note that there was some sort of assault involving the same complainant from October. I'm working on getting the offense report to verify
You know
what
about
that
I'm
this?
not
is.
aware of that, Judge.
So I,
Come up, Mr. Borrego. Come up. I'm not going to allow a contact if there's a prior assault that you're alleging as well now.
Yes, sir.
95% of the people who are in jail now are there because
Listen to this wisdom. 95% of people in jail have no self-control. The judge just gave this man a reality check. Work, stay clean, be productive. But right now, he doesn't trust him. And in court, trust is everything. If you can't show change, the judge won't give you a chance.
they have no self-control. They get upset, they wig out, and they do whatever the hell they want to do without thinking, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? The idea that we have these orders in place are so that nothing else happens. The last thing we want is more mayhem and bloodshed on our streets. I mean, every single day we have someone dying on our streets because of no self-control. They're alleging that there's a prior assault with the same complaining witness. I get it. I know that you say no. I get everybody. What do you think? If I had one strand of hair for every person that said that, I'd have a beautiful head of hair. But I'm here to protect every person in this county at all costs. And they're saying you have this assault now. They're alleging so I don't want any contact. I will let you talk to your lawyer. You guys can hash this out. So hold on. I don't want you to talk here. You guys go out there, take your time. There's no rush. We have a lot of time to work things out. But if I have you charged with assault and they're saying that there's a prior one, it's just not going to happen. I get it. You guys talk, but I don't want you to have contact with this person. Don't. If I find that there's a protective order in place, you have to understand that an assault, you pick up a VPO, a violation of protective order, it's one of the worst cases. We can have a hearing to hold you at no bond when you violate conditionally these types of cases. You guys go talk, see what you can do about explaining, but all right, please.
So Judge, as of right now, the state wants to we're doing no contact. We're going to leave the protective order as is. Okay.
I mean, it's
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
all right.
Okay.
This isn't absolute, but what I have to know is that you're trying to better yourself. You know, my main concern is that I want you to be a productive person. I want you to work. I want you to work full time, because if that's your baby needs food, man. Baby needs clothes. They still eat. The baby needs stuff, you know. My other main concern is that you're alcohol and drug free. And if you can show me that you're productive, that you're working full time, and that there are no issues, we can always revisit it. It's never absolute. But I want to know, look, I don't want to hurt you anymore, you know, but I want you to be the best person you can be. And when you're in that space, that's when you go back, because that's when you're the most helpful. Now, when you're all stressed out and all the shice is here, I don't want something further to happen. That's it. Okay. So look, it's not absolute. Show me that you're a good person. Show me that you're working, you're alcohol, drug free. Come back and we'll talk. All right. Okay. Thanks. Morning, Mr. Hunt. You were charged. Can you spit the gum out? You're smacking it like a.
Yes, sir.
You were charged with assault of a family member. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The complainant is the defendant's mother. On January 3rd, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a family violence call and met with the complainant, who stated that she was discussing a prior incident with the defendant when he became irate and punched the complainant 3 times, causing pain. The officer then spoke with him.
She hit me first.
Just trying to, Mr. Hunt, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. That's it.
And Judge, the officers then spoke with a witness who observed the incident and physically restrained the defendant.
So you have an agreement to do the PTI program, right? All he has to do is just go get evaluated. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hunt, you've been given a great offer now where all you have to do is get evaluated. If you do that, they're going to dismiss your case.
It's cool. It's not fair, but it's cool.
All they want you to do is speak to someone and they're going to dismiss your case. Is that not fair?
That's fine.
Do we know, have you reached out to the complaining witness to see, is he currently living with complaining witness? Do you know?
Let me see. I'll read the RIP notes, Your Honor. So I guess we didn't ask whether they live together, but the complainant did tell us that she's fine with no threatening or harassing, as she wants to be in contact with him.
Is he living with mom now?
Is
I got a whole bitch at home.
okay, sorry. Is the complaining witness his mom?
The mother.
Okay, yes, the mom. He is, but she's very involved in getting him his treatment and providing the stable home for him. So
Okay.
we would ask that it would be no threatening or harassing as well.
Mr. Hunt, the only thing I'm going to ask you is please do not have any threatening or harassing contact with your mother. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, all right.
Your Honor, respectfully, we would request that we wait till our DVD prosecutor gets here just to see what his opinions are on what the bond condition could be, and we can email him immediately to get him in here.
Has he done the rip?
He did the rip, but we don't know if he has any concerns based on his conversation with her, because we don't know what his impressions were.
And Judge, if he doesn't have any contact with his mom, he would have nowhere to go. So
No, I'm saying if there's any further things that he'd like to.
Getting together onto this, people don't understand. That's why they worry about me and I got mental health issues, supposedly. And I don't be hearing shit people talk to you, so. Yes, ma'am.
we could talk.
Mr. Hunt, we want to help you. That's all we want to do. No one's here to try to hurt you at all. All we want to do is make sure that nothing happens where you're going to end up going back to jail. That's all we want. So just don't have any weapons, no threatening, harassing with mom, and that's it. So we're going to have you just take a seat real quick. We'll have you sign the conditions and then you guys are good to go. Okay. So I'm not going to reset it yet just to see if they have anything else that they would like to add for now. And
Okay.
then we'll,
And then Judge, I'm also here on Miss Armstrong. I'm Jeffrey Bill's associate. And she's given me permission to get a reset on her, so I just wanted to see if there's anything else supposed to do.
can you file those conditions on Hunt?
There are pretrial conditions for those exact ones that you ordered already in place, if you would like to keep those.
Hunt?
Yes.
The no
From the
threatening, no harassing,
magistrate.
and no weapons? Yeah, we'll just keep it then.
Okay, that's what I was letting Alex know.
They have those in place.
Okay, so we can just get a
Yeah,
reset.
he didn't need to sign anything.
Okay, sounds good. And sorry about Miss Armstrong. She already appeared. I'm her attorney's associate and she gave me permission to just come and collect her.
Oh,
She-
yeah,
She
okay.
stopped by, so if I could just get a reset. Okay, perfect.
Absolutely.
And she's gonna leave. Okay, come on, Miss Armstrong. Thank you, Judge.
I don't know if she signed, have you signed conditions with Armstrong?
After the reset.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Oh, is it a waiver?
Yeah, that's it.
That or does time of the-
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Black. How's jail? The thing is that this is going to continue to happen until you resolve those cases out of state. You have an open case in Tennessee, right?
Georgia.
I know Georgia, but you also got one in Tennessee and that
Kansas.
Kansas. Both of those cases will haunt you until the day you die unless you go back and handle those cases. However, it may be all of just hiring a lawyer and reaching out to the courts in Kansas because it's a suspended license case. But it's always going to trail you until you go take care of it. Your lawyer's asking me to set you a bond and I'm going to, but I have to make it sufficiently high that you realize that we mean business, that you have to go back to Georgia to take care of that case. Do you understand? You also need to understand that I don't play games. If I set you a bond, I'm only going to give you one. I'm not going to do this again. So if you bond out and you fail to go back to Georgia, I will issue a nationwide warrant for your arrest. I'm going to set the bond at 0. And if you don't go back, I set it at 0. I'm going to get you back. And this time I will hold you until Georgia comes and gets you. Do you understand? You have one chance to make this right. So what's the bond amount?
Ask for $500.
Judge Fleischer, we're asking for a high bond or no bond, 5 figures. That's what Jay is requesting.
What kind of bond can you make?
Actually going through cancer treatment right now, so that's the reason I really need to get out, so I can do my treatment.
I don't know that. How do I know that? How do I know you're not just saying that? Regardless, you have to go back to Georgia. So
Take care of it. I didn't know I had this. Over my head, so.
what kind of bond can you make?
I can pay. I'm gonna be able to pay.
I'm good at 1,000. If you want 1,000, I'll give it to you. But I'm not going to play this game, Mr. Black. So this is an extremely low bond. if you don't go back, it's really not going to end up well for you, especially if you have truly, if you're undergoing treatment for cancer, because understand that if you don't go back and take care of that business and I have to issue a warrant for your arrest and we get you back, you're probably going to be sitting months in there waiting for Georgia to come get you. You understand? Okay. I'm set about $1,000.
Thank you, Judge. And did you tell?
Yeah, you have 2 weeks from the date of your release to go turn yourself into Georgia. Don't go on a plane because they're going to arrest you. You got to find another way to get up to Georgia, and you have to go turn yourself in. Do you understand? If you don't do that within the 2 weeks, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Council for reset.
Okay, Mr. Black, good luck. Good job. I don't know if I like the result, but how old are you? Are you sure you want to do this? Because the problem is that, you know, when you plead guilty, you know, life is hard enough as it is. And when you continue to rack up convictions, all you're doing is you're hosing yourself. It's really hard to get a job. When you start getting all these convictions, you're just making it so much more difficult, man. You know? I don't remember what he had in Louisiana, but I hope that's resolved. Okay. Just straighten up, fly right. If you're hanging out with bad people, don't. Because they're just going to bring you down. What you're doing now is you're pleading guilty to this offense. It's going to go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. This is an enhanceable offense, meaning that if you ever run from the cops again, you will be charged with a felony offense. You're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand? So no deferred, anything like that?
Yes, Judge, the only offer is the jail offer.
Okay, so Mr. King, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 22 days in jail with credit for the 22 days that you've done. By pleading guilty to this offense, it's going on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. So you give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So it's final today and forever. You want to do this? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to sentence you to it. Good luck to you, sir. And I'll roll the court costs. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Eli. How are you? You look great. You know, when you're clean, you know, you look great. You coherent. The unfortunate thing is that we got to keep you here for that to happen. So you said right now in the felony court that there's nothing, right?
No, I'm gonna check last night, looking for ribs, meds, warrant, blood.
Looks like they just got a lab report yesterday, so they're still getting evidence as of now.
I don't have that, but, and I think that it's gonna take a while to play out, Shreya. And I'm willing to hold as well, because I'd like to see what's gonna happen, because I'm not giving up on you. You know, I'm going to see where this plays out, and I'd like you to go into treatment as well. I think that's the appropriate thing that is needed in us. And I don't know what it's going to take to get your attention, but hopefully we can somehow before something catastrophic happens, where you end up with a very lengthy prison sentence. So, Shreya, let's just track it. So you're set for the 10th of March. We'll set you for the day after and we'll see what happens.
Judge, we can do the week after.
Of course. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Eli, we'll see you soon. Mr. Samuel, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow.
Open cases in Georgia, Tennessee, and Kansas. This guy's a fugitive in 3 states. The judge gives him $1,000 bond and 2 weeks to turn himself in, or a nationwide warrant drops. One chance. That's all you get. Does he take it? Probably not.
You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that by doing this today, this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, if you pick up any more cases, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. No more slaps, the proverbial slaps on the wrist. It will go on your record. So if you were pulled over in a car and an officer comes up to you, they smell alcohol, and they see that you have a prior DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. And if you're not in this country with permission and you do any kind of jail time, get ready, because immigration will probably put a detainer on you. Do you understand?
Yes.
What I'm trying to tell you is that even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
That's
I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. DWI is big business. There is a $3,500 surcharge that normally applies with this type of case that you would be required to pay. We all make mistakes, but the idea is that you don't continue to make decisions that endanger other people. A second DWI is a $6,000 surcharge. If you pick up a second DWI, get ready, because you'll probably get took. Do you understand? I will waive it for you now. But if you don't make any right decisions in the future, get ready. Did you say guilty? I did plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty.
guilty.
I will send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
How long's the drive for the inspection?
90 days.
Sorry, guys, didn't have my coffee this morning.
Me too. I forgot it in the car. If the other cases is still open upstairs as well, or does
Yes,
this?
so we're hoping to get that result based on this.
Got it. Do you have an agreement with that? They're going to do?
We have not yet been added to that case. I'm just an associate standing in for Mr. Adams, so I'm not sure what communications they've
Does
had.
Mr. Adams represent him upstairs? Do you know?
I don't think he's been signed on to that case yet, though.
All right, Mr. Henderson, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 20 days in jail with credit for the 20 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. It's very possible that if you continue with the same course of conduct, that they can use this to enhance you. You could be potentially facing a felony offense if you continue with the same course of conduct. You understand?
Sure.
So it would be very, very careful. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. You understand?
Sure.
Do you still want to do this?
Sure.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Please see the clerk. Eris Armstrong. Ms. Armstrong, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing, thank you so much, Deanna. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On February 6, 2025, the officer observed a vehicle on Katy Freeway, failing to maintain a single lane and swerving into adjacent lanes. The officer paced the vehicle at 72 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. And while pacing the officer, the vehicle continued to fail to maintain a single lane and fluctuate between speeds of 68 miles per hour and 74 miles per hour. A traffic stop was then initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant, observing a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated she dropped her phone, and that's why she was swerving. And she further stated that she was coming from a bar and admitted to consuming 2 shots of tequila. Standard field sobrieties were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and considered a breath. The results were 0.145 and 0.156.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Can you run the license, see if she has a valid license?
She's eligible, Your Honor.
All right. As long as you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name, you may continue to drive. Just be careful. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. I'll have you get with Fleischer for bond conditions, and then we'll just have you wait. Okay, ma'am? Please. You are Ms. Self. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Just don't say anything at this point. You have the right to remain silent. I don't want you to say something that hurt your case, okay?
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer clocked the defendant traveling 45 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone on Northgate Crossing Boulevard. The traffic stop was then initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant handed the officer an expired Texas driver's license, found to be not eligible, and the defendant admitted to not having financial responsibility or insurance for the vehicle due to past traffic fines not being paid. The defendant further stated she did not have coverage for the vehicle because she knew the driver's license was expired and that she owed fines.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. So can you run it now? Make
Yes,
sure
Judge.
that it's suspended.
It's not eligible, Your Honor.
Ms. Self, I'm ordering you not to drive. This is a condition of your bond. I don't care what your excuse is. You cannot justify getting into a car. I don't care if there's a medical emergency. If you don't have a license and you don't have insurance in your name, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months of jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. It's an offense in and of itself.
Expired or suspended?
That's something that you're going to have to find out. It is your responsibility to go to DPS and find out, hey, what do I need to do? I can give you the phone number, but it's your responsibility to call them and figure out what you need to do to get it back. This is the number to the driver's license division to DPS. When you call them, you must call them at 7 in the morning. Do not call at 8:01, 9:30, because you'll never get through the phone lines. You have to call right when the phone lines open up, which is at 7 in the morning. You'll get through and you need to ask them what you need to do. You need a lawyer for this case. Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
Appointed.
Okay. I already have it on file, so we don't need to do it on. All right, I'm going to have you come up here, swear test that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria to sign a reset. I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer, okay?
I'm back again for Mr. Herrera. We ended up resolving the case this morning through a plea.
What?
We went over, I got the
It
contract.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But you sure this is what you want to do? Okay. Jesse Herrera, come up. So it looks like you guys were going to work out a PTI, but now you just want to plead guilty.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
You got to understand that this is a lifetime decision. So don't take it lightly, because once you do this, there's just no turning back. You can't come back next week and it's like Target where you want to return it. There's no buyer's remorse here. Yeah. Okay. If you were 18, it'd be something else, but you're older than 18. So you understand that actions have consequences, right? All right. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, read in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, it's done. It's over forever. You can never appeal this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the elements of driving while intoxicated? Guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 6 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. You also need to understand one more thing. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. The other thing that you need to understand, if you ever get pulled over again, an officer is going to look up your record. If they come to your car and they smell alcohol or dope, they'll see a prior DWI. What do you think is going to happen? Right. So if I were you, even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because it's huge risk. The other thing is that there's a surcharge of around $3,000 that they put on you. On a second, it's $6,000. Everyone makes mistakes. But if you continue to make mistakes that you endanger other people's lives, I'm really going to stick it to you. And it's going to be monetarily and with custody. You get it? I'm going to waive your fees now, but you come back here with the DWI. Get ready. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, guys. Good luck. Oh, I have to suspend your license. I have to suspend it. I'm going to do it for the minimum, which is 90 days. Don't drive until you get a license. Okay?
Even though it's already been suspended for 90 days,
I have to. Yeah.
on top of that,
Does he have an ALR suspension?
There was an issue with the ALR hearing and he never had a letter come through, long story short.
Did it get suspended through the
It was
ALR?
suspended through the ALR.
Okay. I can credit you for that, for the suspension, but you're going to have to get them the dates so that they can, yeah. Okay. You were charged with 3 cases. You were charged with 1 count of assault of a family member. You're also charged with 2 different counts of harassment. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 40 days in jail with credit for the 40 days that you have done on the assault case. And they're going to dismiss your 2 other cases. This is how you understand the agreement.
Yes.
You need to understand that this is a very serious matter that you're undertaking at this time. You're pleading guilty to this assault. It will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. There is also what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. That means that if you ever pick up another case like this again, you will be charged with a 3rd-degree felony. You will be looking at a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be a knockdown punch to the face. All it needs to be is you grab someone's arm and squeeze just so that there's a little bit of pain. And you will be looking at up to 10 years in prison. You understand? Pain is not what you think. It's what the other person perceives. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. You pick up a gun, you're looking at a Class A misdemeanor in and of itself. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and it will be there for the rest of your life. You understand?
Yes.
You still want to do this?
¿Todavía quieres esto? No. ¿Quieres hacer esta declaración?
Pues hacerme culpable, sí.
I want to say I'm guilty, yes.
All right.
¿Está bien?
I will find you guilty,
Yeah, culpable.
Okay.
send you to the agreement. Your other 2 cases will be dismissed on motion of the state. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. De Leon, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 15 days in jail with credit for the 5 days that you've done. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that after today, this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So what we're doing today will not happen again. Do you understand? Well, will probably not happen again. Do you understand? You give
Yes.
up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Mr. De Leon, if you ever get pulled over in a car, the first thing an officer does is they look at your record. If they come to your window and they smell alcohol or dope, and they see that you have a prior DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. So if I were you, even if you've had one beer, don't get into a car. Do you understand? Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above? Okay, true the enhancement. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to the agreement. One more thing you need to understand is that there is a $3,500 surcharge that goes onto you because of this DWI. I will waive this for you now, but if you continue to endanger my public, a second DWI is a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention a minimum of 90 days. So you pick up another DWI, get ready because you will get it. You will get it. And if you're not in this country with permission, you go to jail and do some kind of time, you will probably get an immigration detainer. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I am suspending your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license.
Right now.
There's nothing for you out there. Let me express my extreme disappointment that you've now picked up a fourth case. Cannot tell you how disappointed I am. With us, in October, a terroristic threat. 2 weeks later, another terroristic threat. 2 months later, a reckless driving. And
4 cases: terroristic threats, reckless driving, now felony evading. The judge's patience gone. Bonds revoked. $40,000 total. Curfew. No driving, no weapons. The judge just said, "You scare me." That is a wake-up call. But is it too late?
now you've picked up a felony evading in a motor vehicle. Can you tell me what happened in the latest case, please?
The evading, Your Honor?
Please.
Yes, Judge. So in the evading, it was on February 7th, 2025, and the officers observed a vehicle driving recklessly on Mason Road and initiated a traffic stop. The vehicle proceeded to drive at a faster rate of speed and changed lanes when unsafe through moderate traffic, endangering other drivers. The vehicle evaded for approximately half a mile and ultimately entered a parking lot and parked the vehicle behind the restaurant on Mason Road. And at that point, the black male wearing a bright orange shirt exited the vehicle to the driver's door and ran through a large tree bush and evaded on foot. And it looks like he continued to evade, and he was approached as he ran on foot, moving across all lanes of traffic, ultimately coming to a stop due to him slipping and falling. So after evading for half a mile, he just ran on foot, Your Honor.
Judge, I know that that's not our case down here. My assumption, this is a broad assumption, is that perhaps given Mr. Jenkins's recent run-ins with the law, maybe those cops are familiar with him in that area. I don't know, it didn't articulate how he drove recklessly for the initial stop, but I think Mr. Jenkins maybe has some, I think he expressed to me that he thinks he's being treated unfairly.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was doing this out of his own safety.
You now have a fourth open case. You know, sometimes we have to protect people from themselves because they are their own worst enemy. I think that you're a danger to the public. You refuse to comply with bond conditions. You have a reckless driving with us. You were ordered not to drive recklessly, and now you've picked up an evading in a motor vehicle. I don't know what to tell you, but Mr. Jenkins, I'm now going to revoke the bond on all the cases, and I'm going to set them high because you are a danger to my public. And I've told you, over and over and over and over. If you endanger my public, there's only one thing I'm going to do. So now I'm going to set each of your bonds at 10,004. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive, Mr. Jenkins. And I'm going to tell you that if I find, because I don't know if you're going to bond out, your now bonds are going to set about $40,000. So if you do bond out, you're going to be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, and I'm also going to put a weapon on here, if I find that you're in possession of a weapon, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to order you to have a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. We have resources here. We have all kinds of things to give to people: cell phones, tablets, places to live, food to eat. All you have to do is ask, and we can give you things. But now you've repeatedly shown me that you're going to do whatever you want to do. To hell with any conditions that a judge puts on you. That's what you have effectively told me by picking up a fourth case and a felony case at that. So what you tell me now goes in one ear, goes out the other ear. I just can't. The unfortunate part is that these felony cases take a very long time to resolve. And I guess we'll track it. It looks like the felony is set for March 20th. If you want the next day, I'm happy to do it.
Well, I
Whatever
have
you would like to do.
See what's the chance of going, I don't want to put them in custody. If there's some resolutions that we can work on. I think one of them was against the brother. The other one was waiting on some surveillance that may have come in already.
Okay.
So,
Well, take your time, whatever you want. But as it stands now, you're too dangerous for me, Mr. Jenkins. You scare me. So, all right, we'll have you come up short us, and we'll talk to you soon. Mr. Ely.
I have Daniel Portillo. He is here and he may need bond condition.
Wow, he made a surety bond on all those cases. Come up, Mr. Portillo. I'm ready to set these for trial. It's 250 days. He's got 5 open cases, and they're very serious. What conditions? Do you know what the felony court?
I have it pulled up.
Okay, Felicia, this is Mr. Portillo.
Yes, Judge. Let me pull up.
What felony conditions do we have, please? Bless you.
Can't go within 200 feet of the 7015 Foray Road. No contact with Jose Cantu and Teresa Portillo Cantu. Broken alcohol testing. Travel restricted to remain in Harris County and contiguous counties. No firearms. No.
Do you have a leg monitor on right now?
No, sir.
I'm putting one on you now, and I'm giving you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. I don't want you to have any weapons, and I'm gonna have you sign an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not gonna have any weapons. You have with us a disorderly conduct, a discharging a firearm. You have 2 felony assaults, a burglary of habitation, and now you picked up a failure to ID as a fugitive from justice. Your cases are 250 days old, and it's now time to set these for trial. Do you have an offer on these cases?
Oh, look, Your Honor. So
There's not.
there's not, Your Honor.
Counsel, what
I need you to put one on today. It's 250 days.
Counsel, what
Yes,
bond
Judge.
conditions were you referring to? I don't see if there are any bond conditions. And are you looking at the motion for bond conditions or the file bond conditions? Because I currently don't see anything.
It's 1875107.
Okay.
Order for pretrial release.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Judge, so you would like to match and add a GPS today?
Yeah, and I want to put a curfew,
Yes, Judge.
7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
He is working in construction from 7 to 5, so.
I'm ready to put these babies to bed. I'm not dealing, I mean, it's just way too much drama for me. Mr. Portillo, we have way too many, so I'd like you to put an offer today.
Yes, Judge.
I want you to speak with your lawyer to see if that's something that you guys, if not, I'm setting your cases for trial today. Do you understand? Take a seat for me, sir.
Judge, would you like to remain in Harris County as well? Yeah.
I have quite a bit of history with Mr. Portillo, not only with the 5 open cases, with other priors that we have had with him. And so let's see, can you put an offer on the cases? Let's see what you guys want to do and then come back and just let me know. Please.
Armstrong?
And I just got discovery today on the new one, so I,
250 days.
Well, the
you
new one
just
is,
got
the new one
discovered.
is from December. I mean, there's everybody else.
Okay, I'll give you one reset.
Okay.
I didn't realize that the case is from December. I was looking at the first one where it's from 2023. So
I was appointed December 19th, so I mean, this is really,
okay, I'll give you a setting.
okay.
It's just way too much drama for me and just too much. And it's time for,
He does have, I think, felony on March 12th, so could I do it maybe after that to see, and then if it's done
at that
resolved?
setting, when we come back. I mean, is discovery complete on the failure to ID?
On the Feldo ID? Let me see, Your Honor.
I mean, I just talked about.
Yes, Judge. Discovery is complete on the Feldo ID.
Okay.
It looks like there's just 2 videos that need to be shared to you, and we can share those right now.
I mean, are these it?
Because there's also these 2 that just popped up.
Okay,
So, yeah,
okay.
we'll make sure those are shared too.
Mr. Portillo, come up. This is an affidavit that you're going to swear to me today that you're not going to have any possession of any weapons whatsoever for any reasons. If I find that you have a weapon, I can have a contempt hearing, and every time it's punishable by up to 6 months of jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand? I will do everything in my power to protect my county at all costs. Do you understand? I'm giving you 30 days. It is your responsibility between now and then to meet with Mr. Elek. When you come back, you must either accept the plea bargain agreement or your case will immediately be set for trial. You understand? Come on. Okay, you got it.